Hi guys, it's Mira. Today I'm making a video that is going to be a little different. It's actually a preference for you guys. I really want some insight on something that I've been working on. And I'm kind of working on a novel. And in the description I will put down the characters' names and who they are, like, in real life, because these are based off of real people. And what they are supposed to be, like, for jobs and stuff. But this is a novel that I'm beginning to write. It's a hidden fan fiction. Shh, nobody knows, except you guys. But I would like to know your guys' preference on it, so I wanted to read a passage for you guys that I've written. So I wanted to just point that out and make this not like one of those videos that are just like, oh, she's writing a novel, blah blah blah. No. I just really need help with this, and I don't know if it's good or if it's bad or if I need to add something to a character or I don't know, something along those lines. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to read a passage from this, and I wanted to see if you guys would want more or what I should add, if there's if I need more dialogue, more action, more comedy, something like along those lines, because I'm not trying to make this a romance sappy novel. I'm trying to make it like a more comedy action with a slight bit of romance in it, because by the time I start reading this, you're gonna definitely know who the first two characters are because of their names. But again, so if you want any more info on it, I'm gonna leave it down in the description with the characters, what they are, what their names are, and what they're supposed to be as job-wise. So anyway, so I don't keep rambling, let's just get started. The whistling of the wind passes Jack's ears as he sprints in circles trying to think of a way to counteract his clone. As he comes to a stop, Just Cloud's form as he dashed towards the clone with force, landing a fatal attack from his elbow into the clone's stomach to the point where the clone disappeared from the force. Jack huffed and puffed, and pellets of sweat fell down his face as he slowly started to relax. Suddenly, out of the forest, a deep, raspy voice started to talk to Jack. "Your stance is off," the man told Jack with his arms crossed, slowly walking closer. "Kole, you scared me. Were you watching?" Jack responded, almost out of breath from the long daily training out in this forest. "No, I was passing by, heading to Felix's place to pick up some food for Sarah." Kole looked at Jack curiously before continuing to speak. "Have you overworked yourself? You have bruises and scratches all over yourself. The prince values you so much. He's not going to be happy." "No, I'm just his friend, just a friend. And this is from something else I had to deal with," Jack responded, trying to hide the marks left on his body. "Let's just say something bad happened." Kole saw the way Jack looked at him. Jack was scared to talk and looked like he was on the verge of breaking into tears from whatever was causing him to suffer. "You don't have to tell me if you don't want to." Kole uncrossed his arms and walked closer to Jack, and still with the straightest face ever, he patted his back. "Let's go eat at TJ's restaurant downtown. He's got a new cook in the kitchen, and because of him, it looks like he's got major business." Jack nods and walks with Kole to TJ's restaurant downtown. As they walked, the small forest creatures roamed the dirt path back to town where everyone was busy with something. The market was very lively and the restaurants were packed. "What's going on today?" Jack asked, looking around, still walking to TJ's restaurant. "Did you forget?" Kole stopped them both and looked at Jack. "Forget what?" Jack responded with confusion and a lack of interest in the subject suddenly. "Today the prince is having the arranged marriage with Princess Kayla from the northeast kingdom of Iladel." Kole replied to him, and Jack suddenly jerked and stood still with his mouth hanging wide. "You forgot, didn't you?" "I gotta go." Jack dashed for the palace and tried desperately to get in without anyone noticing. He was gone. Jack's heart was racing as the wind whisked past his ears the sound of passing conversations. As he reached the gates of the jaw-dropping palace, he ran into a young mistress, and he fell back as the mistress was caught by her guard. The guard gave a threatening look at Jack and was about to fumble him until the mistress held him back and helped up Jack. "Thank you, mistress. I'm sorry for my clumsiness," Jack said before he kneeled before her and being taught to treat mistresses, lords, princes, and princesses as higher superiors, sought for any punishment for a mistake on his behalf. "For this mistake I'll take any punishment from you, my lady." "Stand," she said. Jack rose from the ground. "You are forgiven. It was also my mistake, if not paying attention of my surroundings." "My lady, thank you so much for your gratefulness." Jack gave a smile before telling him who he was. "My lady, my name is Kalus, head of the royal guard of Alenhyme, the guard of Prince Campbell. You may call me Jack." Jack bows once more to the mistress. "Nice to meet you, Jack. My name is Kayla Matthews, Princess of Iladel," she said with a smile as she continued to speak. "I was supposed to be engaged to your prince, Mark Campbell." Jack jumped up to his feet and almost yelled, "Princess Kayla? My lady, I didn't know it was you. We had not met." Jack panicked a bit, not knowing what to do after knowing she was the princess that was to marry Prince Mark. "It's okay, arranged marriages work like that," she sighed. "I wish I could be normal just like you and marry like a normal girl." She looked saddened before Jack could speak again, but she spoke again. "Maybe I can call off the wedding. I'll marry you instead." Jack froze in place, shocked and unable to speak until he snapped back to reality. What are you talking about? I can't marry you. You're royalty, and I'm just a commoner. Plus, it's betrayal of the prince, and he's like my best friend." Kayla gave a saddened look as she suddenly became infuriated and started to yell at Jack. "Well, fine. I don't need someone who thinks of only themselves and only serves one person. Mitch, get him." The large man once threatened him and moved closer, popping his knuckles before stepping closer and closer to Jack as he slowly backed away. A sharp, strong voice then stopped the man in his footsteps. They all stopped and looked over to see Prince Mark. "Sir, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I had accidentally bumped into your bride and—" Jack was cut off by the prince's voice as he started to walk closer to Jack. "No excuses for this." Mark flicked his nose, and Jack felt discouraged a bit and heartbroken from the comment. "You missed my fight today, and not only that, you forgot that there was a ceremony at noon." "Huh?" Jack was really, really confused, then remembered that he did miss them both. "Damn it. Sorry, Mark. I completely forgot about that. I was so busy with training I spaced out." Mark gave Jack a stern look before turning to Kayla. "We'll talk about this later." Kayla then began to talk to Mark. So that was my little passage part for you guys to see into. I wanted to know if it was good for their personalities, and I'm pretty sure you guys know what ship it is already, but whatever. But if you guys would be helpful enough, I would like some advice on how to make it funnier or how to make it like more to the characters themselves. And maybe I'll put in read more of this for you guys, because this was supposed to be a project that's 50 pages of a novel. And then next year, or during the summer even maybe, I'm gonna probably get a flat book cover to be sold on like Amazon or something, because this is one of my dreams to become a novelist or a manga artist or a comic book artist for that matter. but I love doing storylines and everything, and I just wanted to see how this went. The Spidey pool, it should be coming up like tomorrow or something, because I have a lot of time today. Also, don't forget to check out my social media down in the description below, where I post updates on what I'm doing and what will I do in the future, and I post suggestions, and maybe you guys can help me out there. So, as always, never stop partying, live loud, rock out, and I'll see you guys in the next video of whatever I make, and later guys.